In his current position, Jeff serves as a Structural and Bridge Division Program Manager for the division's Bridge Maintenance and Preservation Program.
Okay, I just wanted to spend a few minutes to give you folks an update of the domestic scan 1701, successful approaches for the use of unmanned aerial systems, aka drones, by surface transportation agencies. I don't have any cool videos and things in here. I'm just going to give you an update of this project. What was the purpose of this domestic scan? The scan focus and objective shall provide a better understanding of the proactive use of UAS technology, as well as the return on investment and its benefits to the surface transportation community. The scan will assist the accelerated national deployment of the technology by providing getting started guidance in case studies of successful applications of UAS. So the purpose of this scan was really to see what the state of the practice was and try to help states establish their programs. Scan was conducted as part of the NCHRP Project 20-68A, which is the domestic scan program. The first meeting of the panel was held in Washington, D.C. on December the 13th, 2017. And the purpose of that meeting was to develop a work plan and develop amplifying questions for selected state DOT participants. The basic scan was performed in San Diego, California, about a year ago, April 8th to the 14th in 2018. These are just the members of the scan team. I was lucky enough to be one of the scan team members. And the scan participants reviewed applications of UAS by surface transportation agencies from 12 states. You can see we had 2 southeastern states, Georgia and North Carolina was part of the scan. And this is just a map showing the scan team member sites and the primary study sites. So what was the guidance to the scan team? Well, it was why, how, and where are they using this technology for inspection, inventory, survey, etc. How the data has been stored and used. What control method is being used, remote control or autonomous. What attached devices are being used, that is HD cameras, video cameras, infrared, LiDAR, etc. How was the agency organized to manage the use of UAS? Who is the owner-operator of the UAS? That is, it's the agencies, contractors, consultants, or universities. Cost and realized benefits of this technology, and then barriers or obstacles and opportunities experienced in the deployment. So basically, the scan team settled on 7 themes to follow for quote-unquote getting started with UAS. And they were executive support, organizational structure, policy and regulation, safety and risk management, training and crew qualifications, public relations, and application and operation. And this is where I will save some time. I've got a slide for each one of these. Peruse through very, very quickly. Executive support, as it implies, these programs need support of the executives of your agencies. Organizational structure, you certainly need an organizational structure to manage the use of this technology. Policy and regulation, we certainly have to be in compliance with all the appropriate policies and regulations. Safety and risk management, maybe the most important thing to make sure this work is done safely. Training and crew qualifications, certainly we have to meet the Part 107 minimum experience, but that's not a guarantee. Suffice it to say we have to meet all the training and qualification requirements for the folks flying the drones. Public relations is very important. And then application and operation. Transportation agency is unique, so it is important to recognize data needs vary and should be system requirements driven. The invited and host state transportation agencies have collectively developed significant use cases for UAS, which supplement their surface transportation efforts, and some future programs among state transportation agencies should consider further validation of these applications with rigorous cost-benefit analyses and investigate whether UAS can be integrated into agencies' existing programs. Having said all of that, the final report of the scan team is available on the TRB website. So if anybody is interested in all the details, you can go to that team site, their website, have access to the entire report. Various dissemination activities such as this will be undertaken by the SCAN team in the next several months. And that was the illustrious group. A couple of other quick updates on what else is going on in the area of drones. There is some proposed research by Michigan Tech Research Institute, and they developed a research needs statement titled Evaluating and Implementing Unmanned Aerial Systems into Bridge Management Methods Through Element-Level Data Collection. The research will be focused on field testing the application of UAS-based bridge inspections as it relates to supporting bridge management data collection and practices at the element level. Field inspections and integration of resulting data into bridge management workflows, including working with multiple transportation agencies, will be used to achieve the following objectives. Determine which bridge element types are most suited to UAS assessment. Determine what types of required element level bridge management data cannot be collected by UAS. And then compare UAS collected element data to that collected by an inspector. This research needs statement has been reviewed and endorsed by the TRB Bridge Management Committee, and the research needs statement will be submitted to the AASHTO Committee on Bridges and Structures and the AASHTO MAC for consideration. Another initiative that has been ongoing is the FHWA EDC 5 innovations. Of course, EDC stands for Everyday Counts. So the innovation for unmanned aerial systems, what are they? Well, they're drones, as most people. I'm told I'm not supposed to call them drones, but that's what I call them. So they're multi-use aircraft controlled from a licensed operator on the ground. They're typically coupled with sensors such as high-definition cameras, LiDAR, and so forth. And what are they used for? Enhanced data acquisition for structural inspection, construction inspection, and emergency response. This is just some of the benefits that some state DOTs have told us that are the benefits of using UAS. So the mission statement for this EDC-5 program was to facilitate the national deployment of unmanned aerial systems to increase safety and efficiency while saving time and money for the taxpayers. So the structural inspection aspect could be used for bridge inspection, high mast lighting inspection, confined space inspection, retaining walls or tunnels. This is just a photograph showing a drone flying up under a bridge to do some inspection work. Construction inspection could include surveying, route inspection, construction quantities, post-construction project scoping, and work zone traffic monitoring. Emergency response, as was seen in the previous presentation, flooding events, wind events, earth movements such as landslides and mudslides and volcanoes, fire events, and earthquakes. So I think it's a lot of future uses for drones, and hope that was useful, and I hope I made up a little time for us here.
Appreciate it. Quickest I've ever heard you go. Thanks, Jeff.
The preceding was produced by the National Center for Pavement Preservation. More information can be found on the web at pavementpreservation.org. Additional support provided by Michigan State University.